All right, good morning, y'all. 62 days till my show. Woke up not hungry. I was a little bit tired this morning. Nothing too crazy, but feeling good. I did weigh in a little bit heavier as well this morning. I'm not sure why, but I always kind of like dip in weight around Wednesday, Thursday, and then I kind of go back up and then I dip back down. Most time it's like further down on Wednesdays. So my check-ins are always on Mondays with my coach slash my friend. So it's kind of inconvenient because then he's like, oh, drop this, drop that, do more cardio, etc., etc. And then he's like, oh, let's check your weight on Wednesdays. And I send him my weight on Wednesday. And he's like, all right, we're just going to stay on plan. But it's all right. So hopefully I can get everything flushed out of my system tonight slash tomorrow morning, weigh myself, and I'll be good. But of course, it is a rest day. Still going to get my electrolytes in. And yeah. I'm thinking, so rest days, I try to go higher, not higher, well, higher volume, yeah, but less carbs than I usually do on training days because, trying to deplete my glycogen storages a little bit because I do eat a lot of carbs throughout the week. So instead of like 300 carbs, maybe it's like around 150 to 200. And then still being active, still getting some steps in. But yeah, so I'm gonna drink this, and then meal number one, I feel like I kind of planned out my day already, but I feel like it's gonna be pretty high volume. I'll take a look at it and see if I want to split it up into two meals, but I think I'm just gonna eat all of it at once because I have church this morning, and then church starts at like 10:30, so I leave here at like 10, and then usually it goes to like 12, and then me and the campus ministry, my campus group, just people around my age that are also in college or just around my age in general, we hang out till like maybe 1:30, and then sometimes they'll go get lunch and I'll just hang out with them for a little bit. It is also Super Bowl Sunday. Don't hate me, but I don't really care about football. Of course, I'm from Colorado, so my team is the Broncos. But if I would have been more interested, I guess you could say, if the Broncos were playing. But there's a Super Bowl party happening with my church, or like some people within the church that are hosting it, and it's football's not really my thing. If anything, basketball is. Go Nuggets. But football's not really my thing, and then also I would have to just kind of like sit there. I mean, of course I could meal prep something, like come home and meal prep something, and then go back because where they're having it is like near the church area. But would I want to do that though? Kind of just like sit there for a couple hours, and then what if I run out of food? Then I'm gonna be tempted with snacks, etc., etc. So I might just kind of stay home today and just chill and relax, get some steps in, stuff like that, because it's better for me. Like the food noise, is not as bad as yesterday, especially, but just in general, why would I put myself in that situation, right? Of course, spend time with friends, but the past 2 nights, we had a Mario Kart party at my house, and then we made pizzas. That was when the food noise was bad. And then last night we also had we hosted a family because our campus ministry hosts families, and just to get to know them and like people in our church. So, I made spaghetti meatballs and some garlic knots, bread, whatever. So I already spent a good time with friends, and I'll spend time with friends at church, talk to them afterwards. So I don't really feel like I need to go to the Super Bowl party because I don't really have any interest in it. Plus, there's just gonna be a bunch of no, snack temptations there. So I'm rambling. This is already like 4 minutes and 30 seconds of me talking. So I'm gonna drink this. I will see you guys for meal number one. All right, guys, meal number one should keep me satiated and full throughout all of church and even afterwards, but it's about 240 grams of egg whites, one whole egg with some sriracha and garlic salt, and then also 300 grams of like mixed berry blend that I bought yesterday, and about 2 servings, so 340 grams of Greek yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt. So this big bowl, a lot of eggs, and yeah, so I'm gonna eat that, and I'll see you guys probably after church for meal number two. All right, guys, I got back from church and I was walking for about 15 minutes. Then my blood sugar started to drop a little bit. So I'm having 2 rice cakes and yeah, if you saw in the back, watching the 3 Body Problem. It's a pretty good show on Netflix. Besides the point, 2 rice cakes and about 70 grams of jam, the sugar-free jam. So I'm gonna eat that. It's about 35 carbs. I know I'm trying to go a little bit lower on carbs today, but with diabetes, it's a little bit hard to do that. Gosh, I cannot speak today. But I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna go just right back onto the walking pad. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, guys, I just took a shower, so my hair's a little bit crazy, but just got some steps in. Did about an hour, got my full 15,000 steps in for the day so far. It is only around almost 6 o'clock at night. I will be eating my next meal, which is gonna be like this chocolate pudding. It's about 300 grams of Greek yogurt, 1 full packet of sugar-free pudding mix, the chocolate flavor, a little bit of chocolate drizzle, and that's it. Such high volume for lower amount of calories and carbs, especially if you have a sweet tooth. Like, just look at this, crazy amount of volume you get. So I'm gonna eat this, and I forgot to mention earlier, around, I forgot when, but like a couple hours ago, I had some more real good chicken nuggets. It was about 12.5 ounces. So this is my second last meal. My last meal is probably just gonna be some fruit and protein shake before I go to bed. But yeah, so all right, we'll see you guys then. All right, guys, last and final meal is about 460 grams of the cherry berry blend, whatever it's called. It's only about 7:10 at night, but I just wanted to get it in before, I have at least an hour or two to let it digest before I go to bed. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys for the recap. All right, guys, it is recap time. Pretty solid day today. Some optimal active rest. But let's get straight into it. Calories for today, 1,899. So basically just 1,900 calories. 210 grams protein, 21 grams of fat, 216 grams of carbs. So carbs on a little bit on the lower side, but I did go low like maybe once or twice today. I think about twice. So I did have to eat carbs to negate that or counteract it. Total steps today, 15,410 and 7.64 miles. So pretty good. Got my 15,000 steps in today. And yeah, I'm ready for the week. Check-ins are tomorrow morning, so hopefully I weigh in light as a feather, right? But I know scale matters week to week, but when you're just dealing with like day to day, your weight can fluctuate so much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Couldn't do any of this without God. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.